I'm just wondering if there are anything, is that, that Jimmy G, I guess, is potentially going to be the guy. Unless they take Mac Jones, he would be the most, I would think, pro-ready because he played at Alabama and he's got more reps at it than Justin Fields and Trey Lance, right? I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah,
DJ?
I mean, it's interesting because Steve Wyche, the great Steve Wyche, after this came down, he was there, so he went up and talked to Kyle Shanahan and came right back on the air and said, look, Kyle said Jimmy's a part of our plan. So when I heard that, I thought, well, if Jimmy's a part of your plan, then that points to, Trey Lance or Justin Fields, because you don't have to play those guys right away. They might not be ready right now. Whereas Mac, the feeling is that he'd be ready to step in and play, and having Mac and having Jimmy on the same team doesn't make any sense. So that threw me for a loop. But then there's also, I mean, what is Kyle going to say? Jimmy's still on the team, so you kind of.
He hadn't spoken to him yet either. I guess he spoke to him on Friday after the pro day. It seems like. Yeah,
so I don't know what you could say otherwise there. So it's still it's going to be fascinating. I think we think we know what's going to happen there, but you never know. And then it gets to Atlanta, where everybody has said, or a lot, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people have said, well, they with this Mac Ryan deal, they really are kind of into him now for a couple more years. With the salary cap, but I've talked to a couple general managers that said, look, they had to do that to get under the salary cap. They didn't have a choice. So I would not rule out a quarterback there, and he wouldn't have to play right away, which, again, when you look at Trey Lance and Justin Fields, could be a perfect situation for them to sit behind Matt Ryan for a minute. So I wouldn't rule them out. And then, to me, the quarterback domino that's left is Sam Darnold, and I look at Carolina and I look at Denver as two teams who have kind of let it be known that they're in the quarterback business. So, does Sam go to one of those teams? And if he, the team that doesn't get him, does that motivate them to try and move up? Because if Mac goes 3, Rich, now we're talking about there's a real chance we could go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or if the Bengals get out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with quarterbacks, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah, and then the Panthers and the Broncos choose 8 and 9. And this is going to be my 17th draft that I host for NFL Network, and through the years with Mayock and you, I've picked up a couple things. Certainly lately, late in the latest draft for it, the drafting of Kyler Murray, and I'm sitting there wondering why is Rosen still on the team? And, you say to me during a commercial break, you can't trade the guy until you have the other guy in hand. And Mayock was just telling me the same thing for all those years. But I got caught up in the whole Rosen of it all, and he got traded the next night. Is it possible, then, Daniel, that the Jets draft Zach Wilson second, and while the clock is moving towards 8 and 9 overall for the Panthers and Broncos, that Darnold gets moved in that interim period? DJ.
I think that this is what a great friendship is all about. I feel like I delivered you a little present, and I feel like in turn you have delivered me one, because I didn't really think about that from the standpoint of waiting until they're on the clock. So I'm gonna write that one down, file it away.
There you go.
I'm gonna claim it as my own.
Do it
when I'm on path to the draft later this afternoon.
Do it, because I'm trying to figure out what's the mechanics of this for Joe Douglas to make as much hay as he possibly can with a quarterback that the rest of the league knows he's got to unload.
Well, I think there's what is it, eBay, that has a buy now price?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So you get the buy now price from a team that you love, you take it right now. If you don't have your buy now price, then it's a bid, and we wait till we get to the draft and let it play out.
And then you treat like Zach Wilson to mix sports like Andre Drummond. You just remove him from society and put him in bubble wrap and say you don't do a damn thing until the draft hits, right? I mean, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. You're always. I mean, if you do a deal right now, again, there's always risk with everything. So you got to hope that Zach Wilson is on his couch and just taking care of himself.
Yes, and looks both ways before crossing a street, and just basically Netflix and chill, man. As much as somebody from BYU could.
Yeah, if you're going to go for a jog, make sure the headband does not come down over your eyes. Keep that thing up on your head there.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.